Transformers, as a franchise spanning over 40 years, has toyed with the idea of anniversary products for a little over 2 decades now, with their first grand foray into the concept being the 20th anniversary Optimus Prime, aka Masterpiece Convoy, in late 2003. Fast forward 22 years, and the Masterpiece line as we know it has ended, being spun off into MPG, though the driving philosophy behind it is a bit unclear. To commemorate 40 years of the brand, Missing Link Convoy is by far one of the most tantalizing anniversary items yet, being a near one-to-one recreation of the Generation 1 Optimus Prime figure with premium detailing, contemporary articulation, and cartoon-inspired accessories. The premium nature of this release, as well as the continuation of the line itself with Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and Sunstreaker, may suggest a more worthy successor to the Masterpiece line. Before we look at the figure itself, here's a look at its packaging. Convoy comes packed in a box that very closely mimics the look of the original Convoy figure released in 1985, and as such is lacking the big box flap that would say the Transformers like on the Western releases of the toy. The most eye-catching part of this packaging would have to be the all-new illustration on the box of Convoy in a dramatic pose a la Transformers the movie, done by Shin Ueda, who illustrated the original art for Convoy over 40 years ago. Just as an original Generation 1 Optimus Prime would, the set includes one cab, one trailer, one combat deck robot, now removable, one roller, one ion blaster, one fuel pump, one nozzle, one hose, and 4 firing missiles. Additionally, Missing Link Convoy includes 2 new cartoon-based accessories, the Matrix of Leadership from the 1986 animated movie, and his Energon axe, famously used in the Generation 1 episode More Than Meets the Eye Part 2. Inside the box, there is also a small plastic bag that includes all of the following paperwork: a sticker sheet, instructions, Convoy collector card, red decoder to be used on the back of the packaging to reveal the tech specs, and a Missing Link catalog, including information on C-01 and C-02, the Convoy Anime Edition. Freed from the packaging, Missing Link Convoy is an exceptionally faithful recreation of the iconic toy from the 1980s. Chrome, die-cast, and rubber tires, it's all here. And speaking of those rubber tires, he rolls like a dream, just as most G1 toys would. The figure just becomes more impressive when you place an actual Generation 1 Prime next to him. Here, I'm using the 2012 commemorative reissue to compare with the full tractor trailer. Taking a look at just the cabs, here's Convoy with a pre-rub Optimus Prime, complete with the long smokestacks. Of course, Convoy wouldn't be complete without a rub symbol, or a secret emblem, as known in Japan. Unfortunately, I could not get the sign to heat up for the video. Let's take a look at the trailer first. It opens up to reveal the combat deck and roller, just like the original. I will say that it's a bit of a struggle to open up the trailer though. The tabs seem a bit stronger now, but the trailer overall feels to be made out of cheaper plastic. The combat deck retains its original functionality, being able to load 2 of the 4 missiles at a time, fire the missiles, house a Dionaut pilot, move its arm via a ball joint and open its claw, and rotate the satellite dish. The combat deck can now be removed from its base and roll independently from the trailer, as featured in the cartoon episode The Search for Alpha Trion. As such, the trailer no longer has the launcher that could be used to propel Roller forward as on the original toy. Roller, appearing as the silver variant, retains nearly identical molding to the Generation 1, but now has a screen-accurate red light, but it can be flipped back to reveal a weapon port consistent with the original. One of the main changes to the figure's vehicle mode is the headlights, which no longer have the egregious peg holes for the fists like on the original toy, achieving a sleeker appearance. With the trailer and alternate mode out of the way, I'd like to move on to the transformation. To keep in line with the overall aesthetic, Convoy converts almost identically to the G1 toy, but with a few new twists, such as the hands now folding out of the cab, which the Takara designers cite as one of the main improvements to the transformation. They have also omitted the complicated spring mechanism that would separate the legs for robot mode, now opting for a more simple sliding mechanism that allows for more range of motion at the hips. In robot mode, Convoy stands at about 6.5 inches tall. Even without posing him, he evokes a strong shelf presence, not unlike his G1 counterpart. My personal favorite addition would have to be the newly molded sticker details, which are also now fully painted into the figure, elevating the overall detail and highlighting the premium aspect of the figure. As mentioned earlier, Convoy includes a new Matrix of Leadership accessory, which can be accessed by folding down the cab section as the original did. The chamber, as well as the Matrix itself, are fully vacuum metallized plastic parts. If one wants to achieve an even more toy-accurate look, the chamber can be removed from the cab, revealing the original seating area for the Dionaut pilots. Without a doubt, the highlight of Missing Link is the updated contemporary articulation. The standard articulation of the original is still here, with shoulders that move all the way around, an elbow bend, now with sturdy and satisfying ratchet joints, a swivel at the biceps, a swivel at the fists, and a knee bend, also with heavy ratchets. Despite Optimus Prime being one of the most highly articulated Generation 1 toys, Missing Link Convoy now adds 10 new points of articulation as follows. A swivel at the head, not just one, but 2 outward shoulder joints, opening fists, an abdomen crunch, a minor waist swivel, nearly universal hips, now made from a sturdy die-cast metal that can move all the way out and all the way forward, a full 360 swivel at the hip, and ankle tilts. I will say that the newly added ratchet joints really give the figure a nice hefty weight and quality to him, and help support the weight of several die-cast components when posing him. To briefly cover the other accessories to be used in this mode, here is Prime's blaster, which has been newly molded with a usable handle, unlike the original toy. As mentioned previously, he includes an energon axe, which can be opened and placed around his fists. Make sure to handle this piece with care, as it is cast in translucent plastic, which can be fragile. Lastly, the combat deck can be positioned vertically as a repair bay, evoking the Diaclone Battle Convoy. In short, Missing Link Convoy is an absolute love letter to the Transformers brand, paying tribute to both its past and present, mixing the classic aesthetic with a slew of new twists. Despite growing up with Michael Bay's live-action film franchise, I was always fascinated with Generation 1's toy line, and Optimus Prime stood out as the premier article. His cross-functionality as a vehicle, action figure, and playset proves itself to be a timeless experience over 40 years later. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more.